Raul Ruidiaz finally leaves Seattle. I think we can all agree about time.
2 years too late.
Yeah. David, I I know you don't disagree, but you want to toss something in?
Didn't I say this last episode that when was the last time you guys heard his name in the league? Um,
Well, now,
now, 28 matches in 2024, 8 goals, 3 yellow cards. Did he live up to the signing? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He brought them 2 MLS Cups. He got them 4 conferences. At one point, he was the best striker in the league. At one point, him and Lodeiro were unstoppable when the Seattle Sounders. Again, the Seattle Sounders are letting go of the players that made them the prime Sounders that we knew a couple years ago, right? And it happens. And I am really glad they let him finish this year. To be honest with you, I know many people can say, right, it's a waste of space, waste of roster, whatever. It's like more like a reward, like, hey, thanks for doing all of this. We're gonna keep you one more year and complete the contract. He's gonna be missed in Seattle, but hey, all-time leading scorer, 2 MLS Cups, 4 conferences, one CONCACAF championship with them. One of the best to ever do it for the Sounders. And I don't think he stays in MLS.
did he even stay playing? Is my question.
He's probably going to be received like those players are received back in their um, home club, right, where they came out of as a legend, and then they signed them, and then it really doesn't work out, right? We've seen a few of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that last part is about accurate because that was the path that Ruidiaz was already going down towards the end of his time with Seattle. And like Gavin said, I think there was a good stopping point for Ruidiaz's time in Seattle, and that was 2 years ago. And you could have ended on a high and said, thank you for all the success. We've had an amazing season together. You've won so many things. We want to end while you're on this high and you're leaving us as a hero who is going on their own terms. And that didn't happen, which I almost wonder, do you think that there's an issue in MLS? This is a tangential question. Do you think there's an issue in MLS with front offices giving players, like reward or like loyalty or like, inflated contracts that in a non-salary capped league, it wouldn't be an issue because you can give that player the contract as a thank you and you can pay someone else, just as good money, if not more, to take the starting spot. In a salary capped league, the thank you contracts make you uncompetitive.
You can never give a thank you contract. You can't do it. Just like you said, makes you uncompetitive because contract should be handed out for what a player is going to do over the life of that contract while also keeping within your existing wage structure so as not to platform a certain player and give them unfair wages as compared to his teammates. But it has to be what are they going to do over the life of the contract. Raul Ruidiaz was clearly going to go downhill over the life of this contract. We all knew it. We talked about it years ago. And as it happened, Seattle couldn't do anything because they locked in to this type of contract with Ruidiaz. And at the end of the day, it has hindered them. They didn't make the playoffs for the first time in their history last season, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly.
2 seasons ago, I believe.
Was that 2 seasons ago? And then, and he played a part in that, his poor form. And of course, injuries have hurt him because of his age and how much he's played and yada yada. And he just, like you said, David, before, he hasn't been a factor at all this season, really. He's been in and out, a few goals here and there. So,
Yeah, I'll finish it off with regular season games, 139. Games started, 113. Out of those 113 starts, right, 72 goals, 14 assists in the regular season. In the playoffs, 18 total games in the playoffs. He started 11, 9 goals, 9 assists. Really good numbers in the playoffs. He's one of the best strikers the league has seen. One of the best the Sounders has had. Right, Freddie Montero was a great one. They got Raul Ruidiaz now. We'll see who they got next.
Yeah. I mean, Ruidiaz was, we can bemoan the last 2 years, right? But what he gave to the Sounders prior to those last 2 years, take that as his body of work. Like the front office, the people who gave him the extra 2 years contract, that's on them, right? Take the body of work from when he was producing to what his contract warranted, and he was a phenomenal signing. Legend, like impact player, will get a potential statue, right, for Seattle. Like significant part of their history. Like high praise, right? That's no more needs to be said on my end.